Okay, and Craig, if you would please tell me your thoughts, and then if you would give any last closing words, and then we'll just go down the panel one at a time so that we can get on to the next speaker. That would be great.
At the end of the day, Bitcoin is a limited supply. So we have to go back to economics rather than computer science in this one and remember that we incentivize people to get them to act. Now, banks seem to forget that anything with a limited supply that is of use is going to start having value. If people then have value in something, they will speculate on it. So at the end of the day, saying that there is no value in Bitcoin or whatever else is superfluous because people will act anyway in their own interest. Now, incentivizing all of this and using a way to get people to actually want to engage means that you have a system where people are going to make the system more secure, not because they want the system to be more secure, but because they act on their own interest. And that's where the banks are going wrong. At the end of the day, there isn't a bank out there in the world that has enough computing power to stop me personally now if they were to run a Ripple network or their own private blockchain. I mean, I've got a 3-point-whatever petaflop computer sitting there grinding away, and if an individual, well, not a small group, can basically set up something, then others can, governments can. And if the government really wanted to compete with me and chuck more money into supercomputing research, they would build something way bigger that could attack any system. And if we think about competing currencies and banks, then in time, if we're going to rely on private blockchains, we're going to find that we have a system that is less secure, not more.
And thank you. And then can you please just give any last words that you'd like to, any wisdom you'd like to impart or anything?
I think what we're limiting ourselves in thinking about Bitcoin as just money or as just transactional exchanges. It is so much more. If we think about the crypto, we think about the technology, we can integrate that. Instead of PKI, we can have a browser-based certificate that doesn't require certificate revocation lists for the simple fact that every transaction, every time we log on, is new. It can be tokenized. It can be paid for. We can have a system where every time you download a file, every time you access something, it's encrypted and it's owned by you, where you can share it, where you can actually have a record. We have to start thinking not just money, but a full digital rights network, a full transaction network for files that link to redeemable contracts. Then we'll start actually understanding what this is really about.
Thank you.